In continuation with this chapter, now let's discuss one numerical and for this calculate the focal length of a lens which is immersed in a liquid. Sometimes when numerical is asked in board that find the refractive index of the lens with respect to that water or a liquid in which it is immersed, and its refractive index and focal length is given in the question. So in order to find the focal length of a lens which is immersed in a liquid, first recall the refractive index which we have already calculated for multiple mediums. That is, let us suppose this is a air medium, this is water, this is glass, and this is a air medium again. So when the ray of light is incident on this air medium or on the interface of water, so it will bend towards the normal. This is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction R1. This angle of refraction will now become the angle of incidence for glass interface, that is R1, and it will again bend towards the normal. Its angle of refraction is R2, and this will now become an angle of incidence for this interface, air interface, that is R2, and it will bend away from the normal. Here it is angle I. So by Snell's law we know that refractive index of water with respect to air is sin I upon sin R1. Give it equation number 1. And refractive index of glass with respect to water is sin R1 upon sin R2. This is equation number 2. And refractive index of air with respect to glass is sin I upon sin R2. Now on multiplying all these three equations, we get refractive index of water with respect to air into refractive index of glass with respect to water into refractive index of air with respect to glass equal to all these terms, that is sin I by sin R1, and when we will multiply we get it equal to 1, that is all the terms will cancel out. Sin R1 upon sin R2 into sin I upon here it is sin R2 upon sin I. Yes, this is angle of incidence for this medium. So here sin R2 upon sin I. So we get it equal to 1. Thus we can write that refractive index of water with respect to air into refractive index of glass with respect to water is equal to 1 by refractive index of air with respect to glass, and it is equal to refractive index of water with respect to air into refractive index of glass with respect to water equal to refractive index of glass with respect to air. Or here we can write that refractive index of glass with respect to water. If we want to find this, so it is equal to refractive index of glass with respect to air upon refractive index of water with respect to air. So you need to remember this, it's very easy. Here it's glass, so write it individually, refractive index of glass with respect to air. And then whatever term is given in superscript, write it in denominator, that is refractive index of water with respect to air. So remember this. Now let's calculate the focal length of a lens which is immersed in a liquid. So the focal length of a lens is given by lens maker's formula, and if the lens is in air, then it is equal to, we can write that 1 upon focal length of a lens in air is equal to refractive index of lens. Lens is made up of a glass, so we can directly write refractive index of glass with respect to air minus 1 by lens maker's formula, 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Here Fa is focal length of a lens in air. Similarly, when the lens is immersed in a liquid, therefore the focal length of a lens in liquid is equal to refractive index of glass with respect to liquid minus 1 equal into 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. And as we have learned, we can write this in terms of refractive index of air, that is refractive index of glass with respect to air by refractive index of liquid with respect to air minus 1. Or give it equation number 2. Now divide this equation number 1 by equation number 2. We get divide 1 by 2. So here 1 upon Fa into 1 by Fl, that is Fl by Fa equal to refractive index of glass with respect to air minus 1 by this term, that is refractive index of glass with respect to air minus, in taking LCM, refractive index of liquid with respect to air into denominator term in numerator, that is refractive index of liquid with respect to air, and this term will cancel out and we get focal length of a lens in liquid is equal to Ng with respect to A minus 1 upon Ng with respect to A minus NL with respect to A into refractive index of L with respect to A and Fa, that is focal length in air. Now here, if refractive index of glass, that is lens, is more than the refractive index of a liquid, so here we can see that if this term is more, so Fl is positive. And so write case number 1, that is if refractive index of glass is more than refractive index of liquid, then Fl is positive, and thus will not change the nature of the lens, and it will remain same when immersed in a liquid. Therefore, nature of the lens will not change. Remains same. Consider case number 2, in which if refractive index of glass is less than the refractive index of liquid. In that case, the convex lens behaves as a concave lens. And in the third case, see when refractive index of glass is equal to refractive index of liquid. So, in that case, the lens will behave like a plane sheet and it is not visible in the liquid. The glass will disappear, and it is the important case asked number of times in board exams, that what happens to the lens when it is immersed in a liquid if their refractive indices are equal. That is, if refractive index of glass is equal to refractive index of a liquid with respect to air, then lens is invisible or not visible, will behave like a plane sheet and not visible. Before deriving thin lens formula for concave lens as well as for convex lens, it's useful to recall all the rules and the image formations by convex lens and concave lens. So let's draw all ray diagrams of concave lens and convex lens first. The first rule is, as we know, that when the ray is passing parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction, it will incident or converse to principal focus, that is second principal focus. In case of convex lens, it is second principal focus, and in case of concave lens, when the rays are coming parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction, the rays are appear to be diverging from this point known as first principal focus. And the second rule is, if the rays are coming through the focus, then after refraction, it will become parallel to the principal axis. In concave lens also, the rays are appear to be coming from second principal focus and after refraction will go parallel to the principal axis. This is the focus, incident ray, refracted ray. And the third case also we know, the ray, if passing through optical center, will remain undeviated after refraction. Now let's discuss all the 6 positions by which the images are formed by convex lens and concave lens. As we know that convex lens is known as converging lens and concave lens is also known as diverging lens. Convex lens forms real and inverted image except at one position when the object is placed within focus, that is between optical center and focus, then it forms virtual and erect image and magnified image. And concave lens always form virtual and erect image. So let's draw the ray diagrams formed by convex lens when we place object at different 6 positions. So here all the 6 positions of convex lens are, these are the focus points, that is first focus, second focus, twice of focus, that is 2f2. Here it is twice of first focus, that is 2f1. So these are the positions where we can place the object, that is within the focus, on focus, within, yeah, between 2f1 and f1, on 2f1, beyond 2f1, or between infinity or 2f1 and on infinity. So here let's discuss one by one all the positions where we can place object and see the image formation by this object. So first let's discuss that when the object is placed at infinity. So the image will form that focus. We have studied it number of times. So if the object is at infinity and the rays are coming from infinity, then after refraction it converges and forms a real image as well as inverted image at focus. Here the image is at focus, real and inverted, and a point image is formed. Now the second is when the object is placed between 2f and infinity. That is, let it is 2f and it is placed beyond of it. This is optical center. So the ray which is passing or parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction it will meet or pass through focus, and another ray we consider is passing through optical center. So the image formed is real and inverted. So here the image formed is real and inverted. It is AB, so BA dash B dash. Real and inverted between f and 2f, and it is diminished image. Now the third one is when the image is at 2f, the ray which is passing parallel to the principal axis will pass through focus, and the ray which is passing through optical center will remain undeviated, and the image formed is at 2f. Image at 2f, real and inverted, and of the same size. The fourth one is when the object is lying between 2f and f. Here also, the ray which is going parallel will pass through focus first, and the ray which is passing through optical center will remain undeviated, and it will form the image beyond 2f, and the enlarged image will be formed. Enlarged or magnified image will form. Now the fifth one is, in this case, when the object is placed at focus, so image formed will be at infinity. The rays will go parallel through optical center, and image will meet at infinity. Here the image will meet at infinity, and as the image will form at infinity, so it is highly enlarged as well as real and inverted. And in the last case, which is the important one, and we will use or draw it again in simple microscope, as this position is used in simple microscope or a magnifying glass. That is, when the object is placed within the focus or between optical center and focus, then the image obtained is virtual and direct, highly magnified, and at the same side of the lens. The virtual and direct image is formed. Here we can note that as here we are moving closer to the lens, then the image formed are going to be increased. So here, as it is highly diminished, a point image is formed, then diminished image, then of the same size, then magnified image, then highly magnified image, and then uh, at the same size side of the lens, highly magnified and virtual and erect image is formed. Also here we can note that only in this case the image formed by convex lens is virtual and erect, and in all the other 5 cases it is real and inverted. Now the last one is the images obtained by concave lens. The first one is when object is placed at infinity, then image is formed at focus. And virtual and erect image, and that is a very diminished image, highly diminished image is obtained. That is, here we can see a point image is obtained. Consider any position of the object the ray passing parallel will refract and appear to be coming from this focus or refract at focus, and the ray passing through optical center will remain undeviated. This meeting point of rays will give image of object AB. This is virtual and erect image formed, which is diminished one, and the image is between optical center and focus. Let's derive thin lens formula for both the lenses, that is for concave lens as well as convex lens, and this formula is same for both the lenses, and it is equal to 1 upon focal length equal to 1 upon image distance minus 1 upon object distance. Also we know that the convex lens for all the 5 positions of the object form real and inverted image after refraction, and for only one position, that is when the object is placed between optical center and focus, it forms virtual and erect image after refraction. So we will derive thin lens formula for both these two cases, and also we know that in case of concave lens, for all 6 positions of the object, the concave lens forms virtual and erect image after refraction. So we will calculate thin lens formula for all these 3 cases and find that it will be same for all the cases or for both convex and concave lens. So let's start. First case is when the image formed is real and inverted by convex lens. When real image is formed by convex lens. Consider that the object is placed between infinity and 2f. Convex lens, central line, optical center, object AB. The rays which are passing through optical center will remain undeviated and will go straight, and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through focus and the image will formed is real and inverted. Therefore, AB will become A dash B dash. Real and inverted, diminished, and between focus and 2f. Now, this is point D, and object distance is U from optical center, image distance is V, focal length from optical center is F. Now, to derive thin lens formula, we will follow 3 steps. In the first step, we will consider similar triangles in this ray diagram. So similar triangles are the triangles in which the shapes of a triangles are same and there is no matter of sizes. That is, the sizes can be different. So here let's consider the triangle ABC, which is similar to the shape A dash B dash C. ABC is similar to that of A dash B dash C. So we can write that as ABC, as triangle ABC and triangle A dash B dash C are similar. Therefore, their sides can be written in proportion. That is, AB upon A dash B is equal to CA upon CA dash. Give it equation number 1. Another similar triangle is here. See, this CDF is similar to that of FA dash B dash. CDF is similar to FA dash B dash. So we can write as triangles CDF and FA dash B dash are similar. Therefore, we can write CD upon A dash B dash is equal to CF upon FA dash. FA dash. Now here in this equation, we can see that CD is equal to AB and this FA dash can be written in terms of optical center as we measure all the distances from optical centers. So we will write FA dash in terms of optical center. So we can write FA dash can be written as CA dash minus CF. Therefore, we can write CD is equal to AB upon A dash B dash equal to CF upon CA dash minus CF, and within bracket we can write that as CD is equivalent to AB and FA dash is equal to CA dash minus CF. With equation number 2. Now from equation number 1 and 2, here we can see that their left sides are equal, so their right sides will also be equal. So we can write CA upon CA dash is equal to CF upon CA dash minus CF. Now our second step is apply sign convention. So by sign convention, here we can see that CA is negative U, that is, as its direction is opposite to that of the incident ray, therefore CA is equal into minus U, and CA dash is plus V, and CF is plus F. So on substituting these value in equation number 3, we get CA is equal into minus U, CA dash is plus V, CF is plus F, CA dash is V, CF is plus F. On cross multiplying, we get minus UV plus VF plus UF equal to VF. Now give it equation number 4. Now the third step and the last one is divide this equation number 4 by UVF on both sides. We get here minus 1 by F plus 1 by V equal to 1 by U. Or this implies that 1 upon V minus 1 upon U equal to 1 by F. This is the thin lens formula for convex lens when the real image is formed. Let's derive thin lens formula when the image formed by convex lens is virtual and erect. The method is exactly same. The difference is of only ray diagram. So let's first draw ray diagram when image formed by convex lens is virtual. Then the object is placed within the focus between optical center and focus, and the ray which is parallel to principal axis will incident on focus. The ray which is passing through optical center will remain undeviated. So here the image formed will be at the same site and highly magnified, virtual and erect. So here the object is AB and the image formed is A dash B dash. Here we can see that this is object distance, this is image distance, and this point from passing to the optical center, and this is a central line, this is point D. This distance or length from optical center to focus is small f. Now here also we will consider triangle. Here we can note that A, B, C and A dash, B dash and C are similar triangles. So we can write in first step that as triangle ABC and triangle A dash, B dash, C are similar. So it can be written in terms of proportion. So A dash, B dash, AB upon A dash, B dash is equal to here AC upon A dash C. Triangle CDF is similar to the triangle A dash B dash F. So we can write that as triangle CDF and triangle A dash B dash F are similar. So we will write their sides in proportion, that is CD upon A dash B dash is equal to CF upon A dash F. Again here we can see that the CD side is similar to side AB. So we can write AB upon AB, A dash B dash and CF as it is, and A dash F. A dash F can be written A dash C plus CF in terms of optical center. So here it is A dash C plus CF, and give it equation number 2, and in bracket we can write that as AB is equal to CD and A dash F is equal to A dash C plus CF. Now on comparing equation number 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2 we can write that AC upon A dash C is equal to CF upon A dash C plus CF. Now apply step 2, that is apply sign convention in equation number 3. So second step is by sign conventions we can note that AC is equal into minus U, A dash C is minus V, CF is equal into plus F. On substituting these symbols here, we can write AC is equal into minus U, A dash C is minus V, equal to CF is plus F, A dash C is minus V and CF is plus F. This implies that minus UV plus UF equal to VF. Now the last step, that is step 3, is divide this equation number 4. Give it equation number 4. This is the equation number 4 by UVF. Divide equation 4 by UVF. We get minus 1 by F plus 1 by V equal to 1 by U. Or we can write this as 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. This is the lens formula for convex lens when the image formed is virtual. In the same way, derive lens formula for concave lens. Image, or we can write virtual image, is formed, third case, when virtual and erect image is formed by concave lens. So here draw first ray diagram, concave lens. Object is placed anywhere between optical center and infinity. The ray which is going parallel will diverge after refraction, and the ray passing through optical center remain undeviated. The diverged ray will appear to meet at focus. So the image formed by the meeting rays are known as virtual and erect image. This is AB. So here it is A dash, B dash. Diminished image is formed, and here this is point D, and this is the object distance from optical center, F focal length, and C to A dash is image distance V. All are negative. Here we can see. Now let's consider and note from the ray diagram all the similar triangles. So our step first is, as here we can see that triangle A, B and C is similar to triangle A dash, B dash, C. So as triangle ABC and triangle A dash, B dash and C are similar. Therefore, we can write it in proportion, that is AB upon A dash B dash is equal to its side, that is CA upon CA dash. Give it equation number 1. Similarly, here we can see that triangle C, D and F and triangle A dash, B dash and F are similar. So here we can write that as triangle CDF and triangle A dash B dash F are similar. Therefore we can write that CD upon A dash B dash is equal to CF upon A dash F. Again, as we know that CD is equal to AB here, so we will write AB upon A dash B dash is equal to CF upon A dash F can be written in terms of optical center, that is FC or CF minus CA dash. As AB is equal to CD or CD is equivalent to AB and A dash F is equal to CF minus CA dash. Now our this is equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2 we can write CA upon CA dash equal to CF upon CF minus CA dash. Now apply sign convention to equation number 3 by the second step. As the second step is by sign conventions, we can see that CA is equal to minus U and CA dash here is minus V. CF is equal to minus F. Now let's substitute this values in equation number 3. we get CA is equivalent to minus U, CA dash is minus V equal to CF, that is minus F, upon CF is minus F minus C A dash, that is plus V. Or here on cross multiplying we get minus UF plus UV equal to minus VF. Apply third step, that is on dividing both sides by UVF. Step 3 is divide equation number 4 by UVF. We get here minus 1 by V plus 1 by F equal to minus 1 by U. Or this gives, here I am writing 1 upon F equal to 1 upon V minus 1 upon U. This is the lens formula. Thin lens here we are considering, and this is a thin lens formula for concave lens.